Oh, I'm live. All right. Enjoying my drink there. Hello, people watching this back, because you're the only ones here now. I hope you're having a good time. I'm settling down. I've been sent a Bible. So we're going to have some Bible readings tonight. I hope you're down for that. Maybe compare it to the other one I've got, because they're different translations. I'm going to be very interested to see how different they are. Hello, Celtic King. So, what better way to spend a Tuesday night? Hey, Aussie Brick Chick, and hello, Rose down in Hobart. Good to see you all. Got people rocking on in. What's this all about? Well, NASA, as he promised or threatened, depending how you look at it, Toby has sent me the Jehovah's Witnesses Bible. Celtic King, AIDSy is fine, I assume. I haven't seen him since last time we talked. Okay, this is the whole Bible, so that's a big plus for a start. Hey there, Skins Thunderbomb. And Greg. Wow, sorry, my stand's being all wobbly. So, yes, I'm just settling in with a drink. Raising money for your cat's surgery. Yeah, you can share the link. By all means. I misread that for a second, and I thought you're raising... I thought like your cat's raising money to study surgery. Like, it's going to become a cat surgeon. Not someone who does surgery on cats, but a cat who does surgery. So I hope your kitty is okay, and I hope you're able to get kitty all fixed up. Hey there, Aussie Gun Bunny. Angry Family's good. Just having a Pepsi with some lemon. Too long didn't read. What's this video about? I'm going to chat with people. We're going to read some of the Jehovah's Witnesses Holy Scriptures, compare it to this one, the recovery version of the New Testament. That's only the New Testament, it's boring. This is the whole Bible. So this has got the good bits. The good bits are all in the Old Testament. This actually looks better. See, it's got that kind of look of a Bible. This doesn't. This doesn't look like a Bible. This is not wrong. This is wrong. The J-Dubs came to your door, Rose. That must have been good. Hey there, Tendai. Peter, my work has been fine, thank you. Little bit stressful. Oh, God. Aussie bringing up Trump talking to a big group of Boy Scouts and having them go, US. Oh, yes, Toby, you're here. Yes, I got it. So it's Bible time tonight. Yeah, Trump getting a whole bunch of Boy Scouts to behave like they're a Hitler Youth rally was a little bit disconcerting. Not good at all, really. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things, like the whole health insurance thing in America is just weird as fuck. People on the outside seeing it. Sorry, Aussie, are you saying Trump mentioned sex parties on boats to Boy Scouts? Peter, you're saying that Boy Scouts are connected to the Mormons. Oh, man. What? Oh, sorry. I mean, that doesn't even surprise me about Trump, but my God, what? Yes. But apparently, yeah, when he talked about taking away people's health care, he had the Boy Scouts going, USA, USA. It's like, yeah, let's kill thousands of people unnecessarily every year and send thousands more into bankruptcy unnecessarily. It's like, oh my God. Like, an outsider looking at the ridiculousness of the whole healthcare debate in the US is fucking awful. It's like, I don't think you're lying, RC. And I'm not even surprised that Trump spent a whole bunch of time talking about sex parties on boats to Boy Scouts. It's just, ugh. Yeah, Peter, I know the official Boy Scout rule was gay people couldn't be in the Boy Scouts or couldn't be Scout Masters. But, yes. Aussie Gun Bunny, he's sort of like stupid Hitler. I think what's become really clear about Trump is he's utterly vapid. He's utterly without integrity. All his behaviour is literally textbook totalitarian behaviour. But he's also really weak. Like the way he's obviously Putin's bitch. The way he's completely under Putin's power is astonishing. What does the Bible really teach? Oh, that might have arrived too. I did get a message. I got a message saying there was something else in my mail. I think I forgot to check. Oh, Aussie Gun Bunny, you are absolutely right. The people supporting Trump are way scarier than Trump. And Lethu, yes, that's why I say I don't think Trump's a fascist or a Nazi. He's just a narcissist and will surround himself with whoever he thinks will give him more of what he wants. You know, when he's got open white supremacists right there with him in the White House, it's not a good look, really. You're right, Stella, he's got an echo chamber. Although they all hate, like, he's ragging on his Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, this week. It's really strange. It's like, if you miff Trump just a little bit, he loses all his shit. Oh, NASA, I feel sorry for you that you watched Mark Latham. That must have been a painful experience. That guy is shit. Still, you're right, Spicer didn't last long. That was kind of... Again, Spicer took so much shit for Trump, and Trump just crapped all over him. It's like, these people are all so desperate for power that they'll pander to a hideous narcissist who's got the IQ and emotional temperament of a 5-year-old. And it's just, ugh. And the way people are debasing themselves around him. Oh, Tindo, people aren't going to turn on Trump. But they're there for as long as they can get thing. Lethu, how is Latham still relevant? Well, I don't think he is. I don't think Latham is relevant. I think he's an incredibly fringe person. He's just angry and narcissistic. I don't think Latham's relevant at all. Well, I don't make videos about him because I think he is irrelevant. Aussie Gun Buddy, how long till Abbott really starts knifing Turnbull? You mean he isn't now? He's been constantly sniping and attacking. I think it might have dawned finally on Abbott he's never being head of the Liberal Party again. Hi, Safa. But his lust for revenge on Turnbull specifically and the rest of the party generally knows no bounds. So I don't think he thinks he's going to be leader again, but he just wants to damage Turnbull. He wants revenge so badly. And I, for one, think it's hilarious to watch. I think it's so funny. Have I seen shit coming out since the Kalgoorlie trial? Oh, yeah. No, Peter, that's disgusting. For those who don't know, a young Aboriginal kid was killed by a guy who decided that that kid had stolen his bike, and he ran him down and killed him, and he was found not guilty of manslaughter. And there's a disgusting number of people going, well, the kid shouldn't have stolen the bike. First, we don't even know for sure the kid did steal the bike, but even if he did, we don't have the fucking death penalty for stealing a bike, okay? We just don't. And there is no two ways about it. The people saying, the kid deserves it, trouble, they are racist fucking shitbags. There's no two ways about it. Damon's saying you just subbed to the channel. Thank you for subbing. I'm glad you enjoy it. Toby, did I ever get the crown from Video Dude? No, I think he's a dirty liar. He was also supposed to send me an angry letter, which I would have read out on a live stream. I think he's just a dirty liar. He didn't have it in him. Oh, look, there's an illustration. This is gonna be good. Look, this is telling us how to read the Bible in case you don't know how to read the Bible. So this is notes. This is what we'll be doing tonight. How can we get the most out of reading our Bible? Now, so of course you can get a Quran from a mosque, or you can get a Bible from a church. No, you're absolutely right, Gun Bunny. The reverse. If somebody had deliberately run down a white kid, it would be different. Oh, I'm lagging. Well, there's about 1 million things that can cause the lag. I'm not getting any indicators at the moment. I'm just going to go, how can we get the most of our Bible reading? Well, answer these questions as we read, okay? Answer these questions as we read. What does this tell me about Jehovah God? How does this section of scriptures contribute to the Bible's message? How can I apply this to my life? And how can I use these verses to help others? This is a weird quote. I mean, Psalms are weird, full of weird quotes, but this particular one here, your word is a lamp to my foot and a light for my path. Who has lamps on their feet? That is weird. A light on the path, that makes sense. Lamp on your foot, I'm not really sure about. Wow. So there are all these tips, but this is the whole Bible. So if anyone's got a favourite Bible verse, I'll read it out for you. Matthew, that probably is right. That's probably one of their core things, is to not masturbate before eating. This is another one. It's printed on really thin paper so they can make it small. Very absorbent, this paper. Make a drinking game out of it. What the future between Trump and Turnbull? Oh, Australia's irrelevant to America. Just generally it is. But Trump has clearly decided he doesn't like Australia. So there is no Turnbull and Trump. So there just isn't two NBN jokes. Well, I've got cable internet. It's supposed to be fast. But anyway. So, yeah, the lag thing, there's about 100 things cause it. Yeah. So, I mean, yes, Turnbull did fuck up the NBN. This is one of the things I hate about politics, and pretty much all sides of politics are guilty of this. But this is a particular thing that the Libs did here in Australia. Labor's NBN policy was good. It was a good policy. It was good for Australia. It was good economically. It was good socially. It was a good policy. But politics are politics. And the Libs couldn't say that Labor had a good policy. It's like, no, it's just bad just because it's their policy. They can't bring themselves to say it's a good policy. So they attacked the plan and they destabilised it, and Labor hadn't managed to get enough of the infrastructure done before they lost power, so the Libs could sabotage it. If only Labor had got enough of the infrastructure done before the Libs got to power, the Libs couldn't afford to destroy it, but they hadn't, and I think that was Telstra deliberately obstructing the development. You know what, Damon? I think that was Telstra deliberately obstructing the development of the NBN. But because not enough of the infrastructure had been built, the Libs could effectively nobble it, just so they didn't have to admit Labor had a good policy. So the entire country is fucked. and the infrastructure is fucked. So what? Oh my God, Leviticus bans everything fun. Where's Leviticus? Here we go. Was it 3:17, did you say? Leviticus. Jewish Book of Law, 3:16. It is lasting... Wow, my God. It's a lasting statute for your generations. In all your dwelling places, you must not eat any fat or any blood at all. Well, oh, fuck that. I knew there was a reason I wasn't Jewish. No bacon, no fat. I don't know, that's not going to happen. Conservative dad said it was always the way. See, that's the thing, Lethu, he's just parroting the party line if he's a conservative. It was a good policy economically. It would have been huge for Australia's economic growth. It was a good policy socially, but just stupid fucking politics go. Is it raining over there? It was raining half an hour ago. Just a very short passing. It was pretty strong, but it was a passing shower. It rained about, I don't know, an hour or so ago. Just after I got home. I beat it home. I was pretty happy about that. Yes, I was pretty happy to not get rained on, to be safely at home. Spend the money on healthcare. NASA, what language was Leviticus written in? Well, that's an academic question. I assume in Hebrew. Yeah, I assume Leviticus, the original language, would have been Hebrew. Sorry, what was that you're going to hell for? That was Leviticus 10:6. Let me see. Leviticus 8, 9, 10. 10:6. Where are we? Moses then said to Aaron and his other sons, Eleazar and Ithamar, "Do not let your heads go ungroomed or tear your garments, so that you may not die and God may not become indignant against the assembly. Your brothers and the whole of Israel will weep over those whom Jehovah has killed by the fire." Seriously? Ungroomed? Like if you don't cut your hair? If you don't comb your hair? Really? God's gonna kill everyone if you let your shirt. Aussie Gun Bunny, it might have been Aramaic. Middle Eastern or African language anyway. Seriously, I didn't know it was it's raining in Tassie, Damon. Yes, I think down the southern parts of Australia there is a bit of rain and will be for a couple of days now. Aussie Gun Bunny, I know Mel Gibson did the Passion of the Christ in Aramaic because he said that was the language of the time. I know, look, my hair's all messy. Man, Leviticus says I'm going to hell. There's probably another 10 reasons I'm going to hell in Leviticus. Later books were written in Aramaic. See, that's the thing. There's, the Passion of the Christ, that was at that period in time. The events in the Old Testament, I don't know, were they hundreds of years before the time of Christ or thousands? Could have been very different. This is the whole Bible. This is the Old and New Testament. Rain, I've got my Jehovah's Witness Bible. So we're doing Bible readings tonight. Got to tell me your favourite Bible verse and I'll read it. Well, see, Gun Bunny, it didn't say short hair. It just said unkempt bear. Unkempt hair. Get my parents to attend school and pray together. Okay, yeah. Toby, you could be right about the New Testament being written in Greek. Okay, Lethu says the first 5 books of the Old Testament were written in Hebrew. Okay. Play the Roxanne drinking game. I'm intrigued, Tendai. I have not heard of the Roxanne drinking game. I'm sure you will illuminate me. Damon, look, I'm completely okay with religious people who just choose to use that, run their own life by religion and be positive and be good people. I'm just opposed to religion when it's used to oppress someone else or to reject science. I don't mind if individual people are religious, have spiritual beliefs. That's up to you. Just because I don't share them, but that's no big deal. You raised Jewish, so you only know about the first 5 books. Okay. Would you stop going to Bible school after you got through 5 books? What are the first 5 books? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Okay. I'm glad you think it's interesting, Damon. So, I am glad I now have an Old Testament, because honestly, all the best readings in the Old Testament, the New Testament's a bit lame. Like, okay, Roxanne drinking game. One person drinks, he says Roxanne, another one he says red light. The chorus is mostly composed of that. Anyway, is that a sip or a shot? You'd be dead. I know the verse. Yeah, Damon, I went to Catholic school. I won a Bible knowledge competition. No, all the good readings in the Old Testament, Stella. I remember, who here is old enough to know Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds? Very influential Australian act, still around. They came out of the Birthday Party in the 70s, and they're still around now, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Nick Cave actually has a favourite version of the Bible. He only likes the King James Version. He hates the modern translations. He likes the old sort of heavy wording and poetic wording. He hates the modern translations. So, yeah. Safa, it's interesting you bring up Exodus and the Minoan religion, because we can see when we follow religions back thousands of years, they all have the same stories. Gods who do plagues, virgin births, all these things. They're echoes of the same story through all the religions. It's really quite interesting. Yeah, no, the Old Testament God's the fun going. Nick Cave wrote a sequel to Gladiator. That does sound nuts, Peter. I'm down with it. Yay, we're young. Nick Cave wrote at least one novel. I think he actually wrote more than one. I read one called And the Ass Saw the Angel. Man, that is an interesting book. It's set in, somewhere in the deep south in America, and it's got a lot of Elvis and Bible references in it. It's super weird, as you would expect from Nick Cave. Thanks, Damon. I'm really glad you like the channel. If you're only 14, don't let your parents hear me swearing, okay? I don't want to be held responsible. Swearing's not big and clever, okay? No one believes me when I do disclaimers. No, don't go around swearing and being angry. Drinking alcohol is bad. Damon, I do my best to explain things. No, sir, it's not just the Abrahamic religions. It's like someone bring out the Minoans and the Egyptians and the Greeks. The theologies have recurring stories. It's really quite incredible how many times the same story has been told in different religions. I mean, the Abrahamic religions are the same story. You've got the Jewish version of God in the Old Testament, the Talmud, the Christian version in the New Testament, and then the Muslim version in the Quran. And they're all sort of breakaways from each other, in as much as the Jews are still waiting for the first coming of the Messiah. Christians believe Jesus was the Messiah. The Muslims think Jesus was just a prophet, was not actually the Son of God. Much as Muhammad is a prophet, they believe Jesus was a prophet, not the Son of God. So the Muslims are still waiting, for their Messiah to come down to earth for the first time. It's funny because I live in the most Jewish part of Melbourne, and I used to live in East St Kilda, which is where all the really Orthodox Jewish people live. I always thought they were really patient because they're still waiting for the first coming. Damon, what does... Oh, Messiah. Messiah is your God. NASA, what link are you asking for? Sorry. So, yeah, Damon, the Messiah is your God. Jesus is the Christian Messiah. The Jews are still waiting for the first coming. Christians are waiting for the second coming. In the Christian religion, the Messiah will return to earth in the end of days, which surely we're right about in the middle of. And I'm not that well versed in Islam, but I assume they are waiting for the first. Damon, I'm here to teach, birdie. Yeah, I assume the Muslim religion is still waiting for the Messiah. Why can't gods be punctual? Well, it's not so much that they're not punctual, they're just vague. They're vague about when they're going to be here. Atheist, Google Estonia, the country earlier, with 14%. Oh, that sounds like a very atheist country, right? Yeah. Ness, you're saying Jesus is the Messiah. I thought he was just a prophet in Islam. Again, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I thought Jesus was not so much the Messiah, but a prophet. But anyway, have you ever been inside a synagogue? God, that's an interesting question. I should have been, shouldn't I? I don't think I have been. Oh, NASA. Well, I'm not in a position to send any links, but try looking at practice Astaru. The old Norse gods. What's that old joke about, Jesus promised peace on earth. Odin promised no more frost giants. I don't see any frost giants, do you? And it's like, well, arguably the Norse gods delivered on what they promised. Whereas, peace on earth is a bit hard to find. Ugh, new atheists. God, okay. Are we talking about YouTube atheists, the anti-theists? I am not down with them at all because it's like a core part of their shtick seems to be being a colossal dick. And I'm not really down with that. I mean, it's very funny, that whole thing with not wanting to associate with them, where by any sort of reasonable definition, you would call me an atheist or an agnostic. I don't know if there's something else in the bag. No, there isn't. But you get just bad, horrible, obnoxious people saying, oh, I'm better because I'm an atheist and you're stupid because you're religious and I'm going to be a real shit about the whole thing. To me, it's like I identify with via Twitter and a few other social medias. I happen to know a lot of people who are sex workers, women and men for that matter, and they're about evenly split between being feminists and not being feminists. Hi, Mega Leech. But the sex workers I know who say they're not feminist or are anti-feminist, they're very strong, independent women, and I mean, looking from the outside, they match my definition of a feminist, a strong, independent woman who wants their own rights and wants to be respected, but they reject feminism. And this is because they themselves have been screwed over by people calling themselves feminists. And I realize it's like me with atheists. I don't want to be associated with the people who wave the atheist flag on the internet because they're dicks and I don't really want anything to do with it. So I thought, well, these women who are, okay, everything about you matches my definition of a feminist, but you say you're not a feminist or you're even anti-feminist. But then when I see the way these atheists behave, I go, oh yeah, I actually get where you're coming from. Celtic King, do I like to mosh? I'm old. I have moshed many times in the past. I'm kind of a bit old to do it now. So, that'd be yes and no. Yes, swerfs were brought up. Sex worker excluding rad femmes. Same as TERFs. Trans excluding rad femmes. You get some people who just take a really hard line. When you find the people who call themselves feminists and are trying to ban porn or ban sex work, one thing you will consistently find is they've never talked to an active sex worker. They have declared that women who do sex work aren't capable of making a proper decision. They talk about internalized misogyny and whatnot, and they basically hang shit on sex workers, and they don't respect them, and they don't talk to them. They come to their position on what sex work is or porn is without actually talking to women in sex work. Exactly, Stella, it's not easy. And by listening, you find people online, on Twitter, on YouTube and whatnot, and when you talk to women who are involved in sex work or porn or however you want to put it, you find a lot of them are making their own decisions. They're not being controlled by anyone, and it's really insulting to tell them that they're not capable of self-determination. Yeah, I get what you're saying there, Nessa. Issue similar to the Muslim community, many Muslim women whose work or positions would otherwise be identified as feminists, but they don't identify with that. Yeah, and speaking of a group who can be marginalised by feminists, Muslim women, because they say, oh, you choosing to wear a head covering means you're oppressed. And again, I try not to tell people what they are, but having talked to and listened to Muslim women, and it's like, well, there are Muslim women who make the choice. They actually choose the head covering. And it's like, I'm not going to tell them they can't. The idea of banning it's ridiculous. Yep, Stella, I get completely what you're saying about being able to have self-determination. I'm there. I read Lydia Cacho's Slavery Inc. I have not read that, NASA. I've not even heard of that, actually. And I'll tell you one thing, though. I have a very big problem with people... Oops, someone's coming into the kitchen. It must be gaps between episodes of Star Trek. And I suspect some chocolates being melted in the microwave as a snack for the next episode of Star Trek. Yep, that's what's going on. This is what I'm doing. Not that I dislike Star Trek, but Mrs. Angry and her son are next door watching Star Trek. They're in the last couple episodes of Voyager. Then they will have finished all the Star Trek. And I think they're going to watch Battlestar Galactica after that. But yes, I quite like Star Trek, and but it's just sort of fun while they're watching that. Is often when I do the live streams. Yeah, see, Damon, Star Trek, no shows for everyone, and this is why I also don't get people who really rabidly defend a show when it's like, how can you not like my show? When if there's a show I like and someone else doesn't like it, I'm like, that's okay, you don't like the show. People's tastes differ. Thank you, Toby. I'm going to colour it soon. It's growing out. You can see all the grey in it. And my hair's longer than I like it. But it's really cold at the moment. So I'm going to wait a week or two before I cut my hair. And then I'm going to colour it again. Did I see the Doctor Who Christmas trailer? I don't think I did, Safa. Did that just come out in the last day or two? Oh, Stella, have I tried out you now? Not for a while. I didn't really like their platform, and YouTube have currently made it so easy to do the live streams, so I'm enjoying it there. Of course, if I go on you now, I'd probably find a different audience, so maybe, well, it's just that it's so easy to do it on YouTube now through my mobile. So, Stella, do a dual stream. Oh, not on my phone, I can't. There's no way an iPhone's going to run 2 video streaming apps at the same time. I could maybe set up my laptop. Oh my God, that would be so confusing. I could have like YouTube on my phone, and my laptop I could have you now on, and I could try and have multiple conversations at once. That would be confusing. Juan asshole shoulders. Bad to tell someone set aside the fixation to focus on equipping themselves with skill means of survival and sure. Juan, I think you think that's a really deep statement, but it honestly isn't. Yeah, Stella, well, that's not what I might do. But like, if I did you now, I'd have to have my laptop here and run YouTube off my phone. No, well, I got a laptop last year. I need a new desktop because my new camera does 4K video, and my laptop, which I thought was reasonably powered, really doesn't like processing 4K video. Like a 15-minute video that I uploaded on the weekend took 3 hours to render on my laptop. Run it. Oh, sorry, Stella, you're telling me I can make my YouTube stream also go to you now? Oh, big bad ads. That's chocolate melting in the microwave. Yes. Oh, Stella, I'll have to look into it. This is me not wanting to do anything difficult. I'll look into how YouTube lets you do you now. Yeah, I just got a 4K camera. Well, I haven't bought a new camera for 5 years, and I went, Heine, it was editing easy. On my laptop, editing's basically not possible on 4K because it can't process it and sync the sound and video. So I can only render a 4K video if I'm doing it in one take. So I've still got my old camera. So if I'm going to do something that requires editing, I'll use my old camera. But if I'm planning on doing a one take, I could use my new camera. But my new camera has a couple cool features. I really have to try it out. I really have to get my new computer up and running. Yes, I saw the latest Game of Thrones episode, Peter. Doesn't everyone love how Jon Snow choked Littlefinger? Touch my sister and I'll kill you myself. But his sister's being such a bitch. It's like he told her, don't contradict me in front of people because it undermines me, and she goes straight off and does it. And it's like, my God, everyone in the North are such hotheads. Oh, Stella, we're being set up for a Jon and Khaleesi, although we know they're related. Jon is not Ned Stark's bastard. Jon is a Targaryen bastard. But, of course, the Targaryens all married brothers and sisters. Anyway, oh, you're right, David. Ed Sheeran being in Game of Thrones was fun. Yeah, Peter Thrupp, I think the less Littlefinger says around Jon, the better, because Jon will kill him. But, man, his sister's going to make a dumb mistake. I can just see it coming. And how hardcore was the bit with the two fleets battling on the open ocean? That was fucking hardcore. Oh, Stella, the wolf was awesome. But yeah, the whole not knowing what was going to happen, like that was young Arya's missing dire wolf. And are they going to be reunited? Not so much, but... TC Robo Gaming, do I ass? Well, I suppose it depends whose ass. I like to think I'm open-minded. You know, I'm not just randomly eating ass, but you know, when you've got a partner and, you know, you got intimate, you know, you explore things. That's the way of life. Yes, I have read the Game of Thrones books, Toby. Oh, you can't look at a pit bull since the dogs ripped the Boltons' throat. Man, how good is that? It's like, you know, the Boltons were dishonourable and they've been wiped out. The Freys were dishonourable. They've been wiped out. That just leaves, really, the Lannisters. Man, Arya's revenge on the Freys was friggin' awesome. Like, she's just a stone killer. Gotta love it. But yeah, and Jon getting the ultimate revenge against the Boltons. And in fact, well, I suppose it was Sansa who got the final revenge on Ramsay Bolton. But yeah, it's like those people fucked over the Starks. And yes, the Starks suffered many setbacks. Many of them died. But they literally wiped those other houses out. Oh yeah, Theon's PTSD kicking in. That was like, you thought he was over it and he's fighting really bravely. Then a critical thing happens and he snaps and the PTSD just fucking takes him down. Okay, Damon. Catch you later, dude. Yeah, Stella, you're right. There's a whole bunch of meaning behind Arya and the direwolf, and how she's having a hard time of it. But now she was off to King's Landing to kill the Queen, but now she found out her family own Winterfell again, so she's going back there. Oh, Suffer, I don't watch Foxtel Play. I have Foxtel on cable, so I just watch it that way. I hardly watch anything I want to watch live on Foxtel. I set them all to record and watch them whenever. You think a brother get a direwolf and go for Cersei? Well, Jon's still got Snow. No, Ghost. Jon's still got Ghost. A random question. Am I using anything for audio? This is not a computer now, so this is an iPhone. I'm doing this on an iPhone. So no extra features. It's just the iPhone front camera and the iPhone microphone. So that's what we're using here. Nothing fiddly. Just keeping it simple, basically. So, and that's why, for some reason, YouTube have made it super hard to do a live stream on laptop or desktop. You have to install this client software and it doesn't fucking work and it's a real pain. But by mobile, it's so easy. It's like, go on. Yes, big bad ads. I have Foxtel because I'm rich. I have Foxtel because I had kids and it was to keep them busy. 7 different kids channels. That was and for me it was the comedy channel. That was my single biggest reason for getting Foxtel was the comedy channel and all the kids channels to keep the kids happy. But these days, of course, there's all the drama channels. There's a few shows I watch. I started watching the Tom Hardy one, Taboo. I've only watched the first episode so far. Yeah, no, sir, it works really well with just iPhone. If you ever need an OBS guide, ask me. You're a text junkie. Stella, what are we actually talking about with OBS? I'm not even sure. Do I Netflix? No, Megaleech, I don't do any of the other subscription services, but they all have something I want to watch. And probably when the new Star Trek comes out on Netflix, or get Star Trek for that. When did I get your Bible, Toby? A couple of days ago, so like last week. Yeah, it must have been like Friday that I got. Oh, it's a screen capture software. Okay. Homoerotic bigots. I like that idea, Jahatma. Homoerotic bigots. Is that people who like gay sexuality but are just bigoted generally? My video editing software has a good screen capture thing in it. Oh, Jahatma, you got a job at a bakery. Awesome. My brother likes baking. He's worked in a bakery and he's an IT guy, and he's set up his own business. Again, he must really love baking because he can make a lot of money in IT, but he has started baking again 24/7. Okay. So where did Milo Yiannopoulos come up with you? I didn't see anyone talking about him. But there was a question of, am I going to do Netflix? Probably when the new Star Trek comes out, because there's a whole bunch of other stuff I want to watch on Netflix. So I'll do that. I will, I'll finally watch Stranger Things, because I haven't watched that yet. He's not dead. It was the best thing about Milo is, homoerotic bigot. Right. Okay. See? I knew there was a reason for mentioning. Are you watching from bed, Damon? Cool. Don't get in trouble, dude. Check out The Expanse. I have heard good things about The Expanse. Yeah. So I think the funniest thing about Milo Yiannopoulos, now he's got like an ebook thing and it's not selling and he's in denial about it and he keeps lying even though the sales can be independently audited, and he's such a sad fuck. Or Narcos, yeah, that's another good one. Oh, Stella, yeah. Milo, he's just cheap lines about racism and bigotry and whatnot. I mean, I really don't get someone like him going, yes, I'm going to be with the alt-right, all the bigots, and they love me because I say the anti-feminist things and the racist things. And like, dude, one day they're going to beat you to death or nearly to death. That is essentially inevitable. You'll be at some alt-right thing doing your trolling thing and you'll play up the gay thing too much and you will get the fuck beaten out of you. That is basically inevitable. And I'm not wishing it on him, I'm just saying it's inevitable. Oh, Damon, look, we do meetups, dude. You should come to VidCon. I know you're only 14 though, but yeah. It is a good thing meeting up with YouTubers. Yeah, see, I don't actually wish it on him, getting the shit beaten out of him, but it's basically inevitable. Oh yeah, Peter, the racists, the bigots, whether they call themselves the alt-right or if they're a bit more honest and call themselves Nazis, they're everywhere. You can't get away from them. Ooh, Spectral is a good Netflix movie. See, here's the thing. I know there is more good stuff to watch than I have time to dedicate to watching. You think Russell Brand's in on it? Who knows? Russell Brand is a weird narcissistic guy. He preaches. He's like the polar opposite of Milo. He preaches sort of left-wing ideas of peace and love and smash the state. Who knows? Who did? Sorry. I think people were just, if you're talking about Milo, I think people were just wishing him dead. Do I visit Sydney much, NASA? Not much. Occasionally. I used to live in Sydney. Lived in Sydney for about 10 years. No, Russell Brand's not dead, Jahatma, at least as far as I know. I visit Sydney every now and then. Watch Jonah from Tonga. I've watched some of Chris Lilly's stuff. He can be funny. He can be dodgy. Saddest day was when New York people were on the street corner. Gas is really okay. That was pretty awful, Stella. That was a pretty awful thing. Newtown. I used to live in Newtown. I lived around that area. I lived in Newtown and Chippendale and Redfern. And then for a while I lived further out in the suburbs like Petersham and Ashfield. And then I moved to Melbourne. Oh, thanks, Kelsey King. I really enjoy the live streams as well. Tapping therapy, anti-swagger. It's fucking awesome. I'm 3 weeks into turn my life around with the tapping. And weight loss is a big thing. I'm I like don't eat snacks anymore. I only eat meals. I like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I don't eat snacks. In the 3 weeks, I've lost about 3 kilos. I want to see the trend line in weight loss continue for at least 4 or 5 weeks before I'm convinced it's working. And hey, look, by the time VidCon rocks around, I should have lost 10 kilos or more if this keeps up. So, you know, I'll still be a fat bastard, but I'll be on my way to being a less fat bastard. So, yeah. Thanks everyone for the support. But it's amazing. For those who haven't seen me do it, I've done it on one live stream and I've posted some videos thing. Tapping is this psychology practice, also known as EFT, emotional freedom techniques. You tap on basically acupressure points, go here and here and here and here and here, and you can use it for stress, for anxiety, or for really mundane things like me, like resisting junk food or eating healthier food. Peter, Mrs. Angry Brewster, you know one of the biggest researchers in Australia is a professor at Bond University, in fact. There would be. I'll have abs and I'll wrestle friendly Sorry, Jack, but that was hilarious. That is the best idea. I'll lose some weight and then challenge friendly Geordies to some oil wrestling. NASA, thanks for dropping by, dude. To catch you again another time. Yes, that is now my goal in life. Lose a bit of weight, lose a lot of weight, and then challenge friendly Geordies to an oil wrestling match. I know, Chapman, that was me. I brought in the oil wrestling. If we're going to make it sexy, we've got to really sex it up. And no, I don't know him, Lethu. I'll challenge him. How could he resist? If he's claiming he's the sexiest YouTuber, I'll challenge him to a sexy oil wrestling competition. YouTube gold. Okay, right? With his Malcolm... Oh, yes! He should dress up as the Malcolm Turnbull character and I'll wrestle him. Yes, a George Takei, oh my, belongs right in there. So, I don't know. Ran in friendly Geordies and it was weird. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know the dude. I've never met him. I don't know, maybe you'll come to VidCon. Maybe I'll meet him there. I don't know. VidCon's in Melbourne in a couple of months. But yeah, it's funny because he does lefty political stuff in his own style, which is a lot friendlier than mine, mind you. Oh, Stella, if you're posting me a link, it would be easier for me to get it if you post it to me on either Twitter or Facebook. Yeah, Stella, if you tweet it to me, I'll be able to look it up later. I wouldn't be surprised if Friendly Geordies does live shows too. But it's funny because his style is friendlier to me, and he does all the character-based stuff where I just get angry and yell and stuff. I don't watch all of his stuff or even a lot of his stuff. I do like his stuff. He can be a bit classist, I think. Maybe I'm being overly defensive. Did I see that YouTube Rationals at VidCon call them garbage? Oh, look, seriously, if I get anyone who's a fan of sad fuck of ass hat or anything like that, I will be sure to call them garbage people. Absolute garbage people. Worthless garbage. Not even good as compost. Like, while I would be willing to chop them up and bury them in the ground, I don't think they're anything. Damon, Diablo is a great game. I haven't played it since Diablo 2 though, so I haven't played Diablo 3. But I might one day. But I loved the original Diablo and Diablo 2. I thought they were incredible games. I played them so much. So I probably should play Diablo 3 at some time, because they've probably worked out all the kinks in it because it came out years ago. But Diablo is a great game. I agree. I noticed the comment that Friend Geordie's is an Eastern Suburbs boy. I think he tries not to be classist, but there's just some nasty condescending stuff sometimes when he's doing bogus stuff. What games do I like? I hardly play games because they would take up too much of my time. But I do like the Borderlands games, particularly from Borderlands 2 on. They get very good. Oh, and I found that there's this really good one called Red Hot. I don't know if you've seen it. It's this thing where it's really low res graphics, but how it is, you got these shoot 'em outs and the bad guys only move if you move. So if you stop moving, everything's frozen. So you can plan your next thing and sort of go zzz, and so you can dodge bullets. You see them shoot, and so you stop and go, okay, which way is the bullet going? It's going that way, so I'll just go zzz, this way and dodge the bullet. And then super hot, that's it. Tendai, it's not red hot, it's super hot. I still haven't watched Handmaid's Tale, Anti-Schwagger. I read the book years ago. I saw the movie they made years ago. Yeah, Peter, look, I empathise with you being in Queensland. Some of my family's there. Big Bad Ads, I have not played GTA since GTA San Andreas on the PlayStation 2. I really want to play one of the new ones. But again, it would absorb me. I love those games and it would absorb me for hours. I wouldn't have time to bloody make YouTube videos. So I'm very careful about gaming because I really enjoy gaming. But then it's like, okay, gaming, and I want to watch some stuff on TV and I want to do some YouTube stuff. I can't do it all. But, oh, Damon, while I technically have Steam, I'm never on there. So I've never, this is the thing. I don't play online games. I just sort of occasionally play. I play with myself. Masturbation humor. I'm trying to, off the top of my head, I don't even remember what my Steam name is. It might be AngryAussie. It might be real AngryAussie. Because I forget to register on platforms, and someone then registers on that platform as AngryAussie, so I can't be AngryAussie on that platform. Let's see. These avoided asset flip games, yes. No, I PC Borderlands. Oh, show us the shirt. This is a T Fury shirt. It's Deadpool mashed up with the old Jackhammer Jill thing. We can do it, saying she can do it. It's Deadpool with Teenage Negasonic Warhead. I quite like this shirt. I'm a speed bump. That's a good username, Damon. I like that. I got this, T Fury is a site I have a lot of t-shirts from. They do this thing occasionally, they call it grab bag, because they do a different t-shirt every day and they end up with all these extras in their warehouse and they go, okay, we're clearing out the warehouse, but it's a lucky dip. You don't know what you're going to get. You just say your size and we'll give you random. And they're really cheap. Depending on what special they're running, it's like $5 or $6 or $7 US for a really good quality t-shirt. So I've got, dozens of them. Every now and then, like once or twice a year, when the grab bags are on, I'll get 3 or 4 t-shirts. So I get like a dozen new t-shirts a year. Your auntie called you speed bump. I love it. Would you get in the way of her car at some point? That actually seems a little bit harsh. That's what I call when you're going down a dark street at night and there's a bike rider in dark clothes with no lights going the wrong way, like they're not gonna die. I just call them speed bumps. Shirt has Sonic and a Xenomorph together. Wow, okay. So, yeah, T Fury does good pop culture mashups. Each of their daily t-shirts they'll almost always be 2 things mashed up. And I've got a bunch. Do I know his auntie angry? Not off the top of my head, no. I need to get some more ice for my drink. Wait a sec. Fortunately, I'm doing this in the kitchen, so the fridge is just there. Friends Dad's been watching this live stream. He hates me. Oh, awesome. There we go. All right, here's some ice. Oh, that's the last bit in there. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry, what's Taz Chick doing? I'm going in here. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just got the thing because I realised you're both from Tasmania. Oh wait. Oh, where's a drink? Hang on. Bing bong bong. Taz Chick is his auntie. Okay. There we go. My Pepsi bottle's empty. I have to get another one. Okay. Might get a can here. Sod it. I got some vanilla Pepsi Max here. Okay. Something a bit different. Okay. Is it alright to ask this question? What's happening with Trump? Did he think he'd get himself immunity or what? Oh, Jahatma, Trump has been saying things along the lines that he thinks he can pardon himself. A lot of legal experts disagree. The president can pardon almost anyone of federal law. But there's a lot of conjecture over if a president could pardon him. I'm just putting some fresh lemon juice in my Pepsi. I'm sorry, Mr. Puggy, I'm a Pepsi Max addict, and this is the vanilla one. It's quite good. Oh yeah. I did see that shirt on T Fury. GI mold in the style of G.I. Joe. I should make an angry dance video. That's a disturbing thought. I'm a typical white person in being very uncoordinated and unable to dance. So that's not a great winner for me, I don't think. Oh, me in every stream. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Ballet, I don't know. Sort of dance like a white person. Produce dance track to yell over if you like. I've had that. I've had other people produce music that I've used in videos. But I'm not that good an editor. Am I an angry drunk? No, Lethal, I'm a very talkative drunk. I'm a very friendly drunk, and I'm a very talkative drunk. You see, I talk a lot now when I'm not drunk, but I'm extremely talkative. Gotta go, Mr. Puggy wins. Bye, see you later. Yeah, I think that it's fairest to say I'm a very talky drunk. I can get a bit loud. I can get a bit loud when I'm drunk. If I'm out with friends and stuff, I can get a bit loud. But what's my take on YouTube disabling their video editing service? Randall, see, I don't know anyone who ever used it. And that's why they're saying they're cutting it, because no one used it. I don't know anyone who ever used it. Like every now and then YouTube cuts features, and they cut them because no one uses them. And people go, oh no, this and that. You're just going like, we've got the analytics, okay? We know how many millions of people use the site and use the functions, but no one was using that. And people go, oh no, we've lost the response thing. Going, it was just being abused by spammers and there was no click-through. Crowds running pubs, 20 biggest. Oh, that sounds really bad, chat. Angry drunks are scary. I don't like angry drunks. And I've never actually been beaten up by an angry drunk, but I've had run-ins with angry drunks, and it's not good. People who just want to fight when they're drunk, it's very bad. And look, I know we were doing bubble readings, but this thing's sitting around. Another therapy thing Mrs. Angry's doing, sandbox therapy. This is the thing. I played with this the other day. You get this, like literally, as a little sandbox that you can cover. Oh, there's no pictures in here. It's all words. But yeah, look at this. You get like a literal sandbox where you can shape things, and then you have all these little toys, and you use it to represent how you're feeling about things. It's very interesting. It's lots of fun having a psychologist as a partner who's exploring new therapies and new treatments. Because I see all these interesting things, and it's very interesting. Yeah, Japma, you can build a sandcastle. It's like the sand guns. You can do whatever you want, or you have a whole bunch of little toys that you use to represent things. Like, this is how I'm feeling. And it can be a way, like, if you're upset about something to the point that you don't even want to talk about it, the sand tray can actually help you express something. So, have I got a Quran yet? No, I don't have a Quran yet. Oh, Tentai. Oh my god. Sand is coarse and gets everywhere. Oh my god. Speaking about people who should have died, Anakin Skywalker. My god. But on the plus side, who else is excited for the next episode of Star Wars? Where we'll find out a bit more about what's happening. If you find out who Rey's parents are. Is she a Skywalker? Is she a Kenobi? Who knows? Why is the Force so strong in her? Oh, Toby's going to send me a Quran. Cool. Someone sent me something. And I don't know. Yeah, I haven't watched Rebels. I've heard good things about it though. The animated series Rebels, which is set between Star Wars original trilogy and The Force Awakens. And there are some characters in Rebels who were in Rogue One. So no, wait. When is it set? That means it's set before the original Star Wars. I don't even remember. But yeah, I've heard good things about it. But I haven't actually watched it. So. It's like there was that Clone Wars series as well, but there was a series of shorts. Bye, Toby. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. There was a series of shorts done between episode 2 and 3, the prequels, and it was just called the Clone Wars. They were like 5-minute shorts. They were done by Gennady Tartakovsky, who does Samurai Jack. And they're fucking great. If you've never seen them, search them out. I think you can see them all on YouTube. Just do a search on Clone Wars Gennady Tartakovsky, and they're really good. It's telling you some backstory of Anakin and why Anakin got a bit twisted, and they've got heaps more depth. They're like 5-minute episodes, and they have more depth than the prequel movies. They're really good. Damon, I've watched some of the Clone Wars series. I haven't watched Rebels. I've heard they're good. I've heard they're great. The bits I saw of Clone Wars were pretty good. But it just goes to show, it's such a rich storyline. You can do an enormous amount with it. Like, I'm a huge fan of Rogue One. I thought that was a great movie. I really loved that. And I love the reboot. Okay, for the spelling, Rain, for the spell of his name, it's a Russian name, so it's Gennady with a G. Look up Samurai Jack and who the creator of that was, and then search his name and Clone Wars, and that's how you'll find it. Oh, the Ragnarok trailer. Yes, Tendo, I did see the new Ragnarok trailer. It looks like they've really dialed up the humour in that. I love it. The Kiwi director who directed it is hilarious. Have I heard about the Ewok movies? You mean the old ones, Safa? Like Caravan of Courage? Shitso? Or are you saying someone's suggesting there will be new Ewok movies? Ewoks are fucked. I mean, okay, let's think about it for a second. Ewoks with their little dead eyes eat humans. When they caught Han Solo and Princess Leia, they were going to eat them. Okay? They're these horrible, dead, glassy-eyed little carnivores that were going to eat people. They're not good. They are not good. Ewoks are homicidal little fucking flesh eaters, okay? Ewoks are not cute. They're not cool. Ewoks, bad. In the original draft, they were meant to be Wookiees, but they came up with the Ewoks for cute. I don't know. Ugh. Yeah, how did Lucas lose his way so badly? Ah, thank you, Rain. That's who you want to look up. Search for Clone Wars Gennady Tartakovsky. They are good. Those are really good. Those are really good. Mind you, so is the old Samurai Jack, but the new Samurai Jack that they did, I finally watched all of, and it was great. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the best thing George Lucas ever did for Star Wars was to give it to someone else, to sell it to someone else and let someone else do it. Lethu, I'm with you. They're rabid Shih Tzus. That's what they are. Celtic King, you don't have to eat me to absorb my angriness. That's why I send it out over the internet so everyone can absorb it. See, I do all the angriness and vibe it out there. So you don't have to be angry. You can just absorb my angriness. I'm just playing with a wide angle lens there. Ooh. A Highlander thing. Could be. But that was, oh man, what was that movie? That the dude from Trainspotting in it, Robert Carlyle, the Australian actor. Oh, the movie's called Ravenous. Guy Pearce is in it. And there's this whole thing about if you're a coward, if you either drink the blood or eat the flesh of a brave man, you will become brave. And it's set in the Civil War in the US, and it's fucked up. It is such a fucked up movie. It's great. Alright, glad you enjoyed your morning cup of angry. Always pleased to provide it. I bet there was a Highlander cartoon. They were all in about cashing. Lethu, you think you had to eat the liver or heart? Well, I think in the movie Ravenous, because Guy Pearce's character, because he was hiding under some dead bodies and the blood trailed into his mouth and he couldn't avoid drinking it, he got brave. But yeah, if you ever want to watch a weird fucked up movie, look up Ravenous that's got Guy Pearce and Robert Carlyle in it. By Celtic King, it's really messed up. Oh, Peter, I've heard of that. Henry Rollins is a vampire and he never died. I have not seen it, but I sort of saw it and thought, ooh, yeah, that would be worth watching. I'm going to see Justice League. Yeah, Safa, I'll probably see it. I really liked Wonder Woman. After all the other fuck-ups DC's done, I'm not hugely enthused about Justice League. I hope it's good. I think it has the potential to be good. But we will wait and see. Yeah, I'll definitely go and see it. But yeah, I'm not sort of staking a lot on it being good. Do you like the series? How much do I love Superman? Damon, I liked the Superman movies more than most people. Man of Steel, I quite liked. Honestly, Batman vs Superman, you get a lot of people saying it was terrible. I don't think it was terrible. And I think Ben Affleck's a good Batman. I think Henry Cavill's a good Superman. I thought the Lex Luthor character was terrible, and I don't know what they were thinking with that. I don't know how they consistently failed to have a decent Lex Luthor. Oh yeah, Suicide Squad was definitely worse. Suicide Squad was all over the shop. And what the fuck was Jared Leto even doing in it? That was so fucking pointless. Suicide Squad had potential that it just didn't deliver on. And the one thing we now know... see, Damon, personal taste. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with you really liking Suicide Squad. But, Oh, Peter, yeah, I thought Spider-Man Homecoming was really good. Really entertaining, lots of fun. Yeah, not exactly a deep movie, but a lot of fun. And at least we didn't have to go through Uncle Ben dying again. Yeah, no, Spider-Man Homecoming was good. I'm looking forward to Black Panther because, I don't know, it looks like it's going to scare white people in America. Just the poster of, the king sitting on his throne really upset the white racists. And it's like, they're saying it's too angry. And it's like, dude, he's a fucking king and he's a superhero. Of course he's gonna look intense. Yeah, I think the Black Panther movie is going to really upset a lot of racist white people. And I'm here for that, quite honestly. Question about 4X beer. I don't drink beer. I don't like the taste of beer at all. I do drink cider sometimes, but I just don't like beer. Damien, you're asking why racist white people are going to be upset about Black Panther? It's because they're all black. It's such a black movie. It's blacker than black, yo. It looks like the trailers for Black Panther looks so intense. Like, it looks like it's going to be really cool. But it's so black. Like, all the people are black. And there is a certain subset of racist idiot who can't cope with that. It's like when I saw the trailer for A Wrinkle in Time. There's a book that was like written 50 years ago. It's a sort of classic of sci-fi written in the 60s. And a lot of the central characters are black women. And I saw the trailer for it. And I went, oh, look, there's a lot more black women in this trailer than you normally see in a Hollywood film. This is gonna have the racist crowd foaming at the mouth for political correctness and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, well, those characters were written as black women 50 years ago. And I think it's going to upset them. And I just like that sort of person getting upset, quite frankly. Saying, yeah, what sort of Aussie are you not drinking beer? Well, see, I grew up in the country, and the town I grew up in, it was kind of like, the definition of a poofter was someone who liked women more than beer. And I didn't like beer at all. Imagine if Iron Man gets vibranium. The one thing I liked about the extended Marvel universe is how some of the other heroes don't like or trust Tony Stark or the Avengers generally. Like in Ant-Man, when Hank Pym is telling the new Ant-Man, you got to do this thing, and he goes, why don't we just call the Avengers? And he goes, I've spent my whole life keeping this out of the hands of a Stark. I'm not about to give it to another Stark. So I love it that there are also these other heroes who don't trust Tony Stark specifically or the Avengers generally. Like Black Panther is hiding Captain America and the others who crossed the line. So yeah, got drunk on LA Maxi Ice. Damon, I like Batman. See, I'm also a comic reader. I don't read a lot of the superhero comics. I read some. I read one, I've mentioned this on another live stream, but there's a comic writer I quite like called Ed Brubaker, and he's done some Captain America, which I haven't read, but he also was the lead writer on a series called Gotham Central, and it was a police story set in Gotham City, and it's the Major Crime Squad, and they have this really antagonistic relationship with Batman because they just want to be cops and do their job, and they don't like Batman swooping in and being the hero. And so it's a whole series of stories setting what would it be like to be a cop in Gotham City, and they have to deal with Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, and the Joker, and Batman as well. And it's really good. If you've never seen it, you can get like trade paperbacks. I got it from the library and read it. But Gotham Central, it's just a really good premise. What would it be like to be a cop in Gotham City? Do I like Adam Sandler? Tell you, here's the thing. This is how old I am, Damon. I first got into Adam Sandler, the movie he was in with Damon Wayans, because I was a Damon Wayans fan. And Damon Wayans did a film with Adam Sandler. It was like the first big film Adam Sandler was in. Oh God, what was it called? Okay, I saw Mr. Fist in there. You know all the movies, but this was Adam Sandler's first big movie. It was with Damon Wayans, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I really liked it. Bulletproof. See, I knew you'd know it. Yeah, and that was Adam Sandler's first big movie, and I really liked it. Yes, Chapman. I'm so old. I sat behind Nebuchadnezzar in 3rd grade. Chapman, I'm so old. When I was cheering for the whole high school football team, and Jesus was halfback. Well, Hank, you're saying Adam Sandler's the same. I think he alternates in every second movie. Every second movie he does a stupid voice, which I don't really like. And then every second movie he'll do something straight. And then the next movie he'll do something with a stupid voice. I never like those ones. Yes, Damon, that's one. Yeah, if you've never seen that, Damon, watch it. I think that's a really good movie. You love Click. Tendo, I don't think he has to put the effort in. Okay, here's the unpopular one. A recent one Adam Sandler did called Funny People. I really liked. Hank, yes, Damon Wayans is a cop in Bulletproof. Yeah, but a relatively recent movie Adam Sandler did is called Funny People. Has Seth Rogen in it as well. I really liked it. I think it's kind of uncool to say you like that movie, but I quite like. Oh my God, Pixels was shit. Yeah, okay, I finally watched that because I want to see how bad is it. It was on Foxtel, and I watched it. And the reason Pixels was shit is they wouldn't stick consistently to a framework. They just kept breaking the rules. I was going to bring up Punch Drunk Love. What's that username? Phil and Seller. Yeah, Punch Drunk Love is a good movie. So Adam Sandler can do different things. I think where Pixels really fell down is they wouldn't be consistent. They sort of said, okay, these are the rules of this world, and then they just arbitrarily change them. It's like, no, for fuck's sake, be consistent. If you're setting up video game rules, be consistent with the video game rules. My God. Like, there was no reason to watch it because they weren't just telling a consistent story. They were just, let's do this. No, let's do this. No, let's do this. My other half does not understand why I occasionally watch really shitty movies. So, because I have to know for real how shitty they are. I did that with Pixels, Gods of Egypt. Oh my God, that was terrible. I agree with you, Luthu. Pixels was just ripping off that episode of Futurama. Gods of Egypt was terrible if you've never seen it. And that's a Gerard Butler movie. And another terrible Gerard Butler movie was London Has Fallen. Oh my God, that was terrible. And Gerard Butler did those about a year apart, and they're both super terrible. Super terrible and super stupid. And my other half, she doesn't know why are you deliberately watching a movie you know is going to be bad. You go, because I have to see how bad it is. I have to really know how bad it is. And they were bad. But oh God, let's talk about Crank's not a bad movie. Crank's a fun movie. Crank is a movie that knows, and Crank 2, High Voltage, I watched that too. Crank is a movie that runs with a really deliberately stupid idea, but stays with it. See, Pixels has a stupid idea and won't stay with it. Crank has a stupid idea and stays with it. Go, no, we've established these rules and they're really crazy, stupid rules, but we've established them and we're going to stick with them. Street Fighter the movie. I think I watched that. It's like the original Mortal Kombat movie. I watched that too. Street Fighter, that had Jean-Claude Van Damme in it, didn't it? And Raul Julia as M. Bison. Raul Julia was such a legendary actor, and that was the last film he ever did. That's not cool. That's not cool for someone with such an amazing career to have that as the last film he ever did, quite honestly. Yeah. Let's talk good movies. What am I? Oh, okay, this is one that I've just downloaded from Foxtel. I saw it. Came out last year, early this year, called Hell or High Water. It's got Chris Pine in it. It's a really good movie. Jahatma, have I watched Citizen Kane? Yes, I think Citizen Kane is quite a good movie. You've got to get into the mindset, because from when it was made, it was really groundbreaking. Like, it's a groundbreaking effects movie. Citizen Kane, God, watch Citizen Kane and think of Trump when you watch it. And it's crazy. But, I was mentioning Hell or High Water. Chris Pine's the lead in it. And the basic premise, it's set in a really poor area in the south of the States. And these brothers who are going to have their farm repossessed, and they come out with a plan that they're going to rob the banks that are going to repossess the home, and they're going to use the money they steal from the banks to pay off their home. So it's the big thing, like, who's really the bad guys? Are the bank robbers or the bank? Yeah, Sean, Hell or High Water is written by the writer of Sicario. Here's the weirdest thing. Both those films, Sicario and Hell or High Water, are pretty intense. He claims he wrote a single draft of Hell or High Water. You watch that movie, it is a fucking great movie, and he said that was written in a single draft. It's like, and if you've ever tried to write something, the first draft you write of something is fucking terrible. But this guy says he wrote that in a single draft. First just banged it out, and it was there. It was like, that's not real. You can't write something that good in the first draft. Ugh. The Big Short. I haven't watched The Big Short yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. What else did I watch recently that's good? I talked about the ones I've seen in this, like superhero ones, like Hello, what are you? Right, it's a good Texas movie. It's just a good movie. Everyone in it is good. It's a very male movie, and I shamelessly, you can have all the arguments about lack of representation from anyone apart from white males, but I kind of am a white male, and every now and then I just really like watching a really white male. Damon, what are the best pubs? I'm not that into pubs. You know what? And this is, again, I like cocktails these days. And when I have date night with Mrs. Angry, we often go to the movies. The Jam Factory, which is like the village thing on Chapel Street here in Melbourne, they just opened this new bar and they do pretty good cocktails. So we sometimes go out for a movie and we have a couple cocktails before the movie. And oh my God, there was a really good place where I used to live in East St Kilda called Alona Stolla. And for those in the know, Alona Stolla was an Italian porn star who got elected to Italian Parliament. The same people that at the Ilona Stoller restaurant have another one called Chicchiolina, and that was her porn name, La Chicchiolina. But yeah, the Ilona Stoller restaurant did good food, and great cocktails. There's one near another cinema in Elstonwick called After the Tears. That's a Polish restaurant that does good cocktails. So yeah, I'm not so much a pub person as if a bar does good cocktails, I will go, because I don't drink beer and I'm not that much of a party person. But yeah, if I can get a good cocktail, and the person who said they felt guilty for giggling at me saying cocktail, no, you should laugh at things like that. I'm a big believer in laughing at things like that. So, saying half the houses in Queensland are all pubs. Oh. So, yeah, I'm not so much into pubs as cocktail bars. Yeah, Safar. See, that's what I do. I go to gold class, and because that's like a big night out. Yeah, Lithia, I'm with you. I actually tend to go to pubs that have good food. Because I got nothing against like having a pint of cider and some good food. But yeah, for the movies, I either go to like one of the independent cinemas here, if I'm going to independent films. I'm going for a really mainstream one. I'll probably go to Gold Class, and that's like a big night out. And yeah, my favourite is the one that has the cocktail bar right next to the Gold Class. So I have a couple of cocktails before the movie, and then have some of the nice Gold Class food in the nice Gold Class seats. That's a big night out. Oh, Damon, Gold Class is really expensive. But I don't go out that much. Your surname's Dicky. I love that, Dottie. Your surname's Dicky. Favourite hobby is making people feel uncomfortably. That's awesome. You went to Gold Class to watch Harry Potter. I love that story. You went to Gold Class to watch Harry Potter. When they said the Dark Lord has returned, some drunk cunt shouted, "No fucking shit," and everyone laughed. Brilliant. Probably my funniest Gold Class story was when I went and saw Mad Max Fury Road, which incidentally is a fucking awesome movie. And the anti-feminists were very upset about Fury Road having a strong female lead, where Max even technically wasn't the lead in Mad Max Fury Road. Furiosa was the lead character, and the anti-feminists were very upset at that. And when I went to see it in Gold Class, some fucking knob at a certain point stood up and said something about how much he hated it and walked out. And Gold Class is really expensive. And so he thought he was making some sort of statement by going into Gold Class and then walking out. And everyone just thought, what a fucking knob. Like, the action in Mad Max Fury Road was fucking unbelievable. That is such a good movie. And the pacing of it. And it's just like, it goes, okay, here we go. And you go this build, and shit just keeps happening. And at the halfway point, we get a breather, and I was like, oh my God, that was so intense. I'm so glad I've got a breather. And then they just go, you get the downside of the green place is dead, and there's nothing there. And they come up with the plan of going back to the place where they started, which means running the gauntlet again. So it's like, you had a little breather, and now the same thing's going to happen again. And there's all this action up there. It's a fucking brilliant movie. The action is just unbelievable. And I've said this before, but my favourite moment was when everything went wrong. Like, they'd been killing the many mothers, and Immortan Joe has got one of his brides back. Max has fallen off the side of the truck and is barely hanging on. Furiosa leans out to grab his foot, and then one of the war boys has got on the back of the truck with a knife and stabs her in the kidney, like, and really seriously wounds her. And because everything's gone wrong, at this point, Max is hanging off the truck. Furiosa's barely holding on to him, and she's been really critically wounded. And you can really just see, fuck, everything's gone wrong. Max is gonna die, Furiosa's gonna die. And of course they're not going to, because, you know, they're the heroes. But the movie's so intense, it makes you feel like that could happen. It is a fucking brilliant movie, and it has no right to be that good. When you read the history of it and how many years George Miller tried to get it made, there's no way it should be as good as it is. But it's fucking brilliant. It is an absolutely amazing piece of cinema. And fuck anyone who doesn't like it. But yeah, Ant-Man's great. I agree, Safa. Ant-Man is a great movie. Oh my god, didn't I read about Silver Cake Spray Manufacturer? Because you can. There's the running joke. Well, it's not a joke, it's a thing that the war boys do. They spray chrome on their face when they're going to die. And, go ride to Valhalla, shiny and eternal. And that's this silver cake spray you can get. It's edible silver spray you can spray on cakes. And you can buy it on, Amazon. And apparently the sites that sell it, there were just all these comments on the thing of people just saying to the manufacturer, if I buy this product, will I ride shiny and chrome into eternal Valhalla? And the people who manufacture the silver spray have just rolled with it and gone, yeah, hey, people are buying it because they're like Mad Max fans, whatever, we'll play along. But, you're just making me think of things like the first guy who does it, when Furiosa leads the war rig off into enemy territory and the Cossacks attack them, and the war boy on the back of the war rig is about to throw a lance at the sort of V-dub with all the spikes and everything, and someone shoots him with this pneumatic dart gun, and so he's got darts going through his head. And he's like, ugh! And he falls back like he's been critically injured. And it's probably a fatal injury, but it didn't kill him instantly. And he lurches back up in his thing, and he just gets the silver spray and sprays it in his mouth and starts yelling, witness, witness! And they're all pointing at him going, witness, witness! And he just gets his lance with the bloody petrol charge on the end of it and just launches off the end of the truck and dives into the car, and it all fucking explodes. Oh my god. It's so, Sean, and the polecats. Oh, no, so you're not talking about the polecats. The guy on stilts. Sean, that's a real thing, that the people walking on stilts. Look that up. That's from France. There is a thing... there was people who lived in a coastal area of France. They actually did that thing of walking through the shallows where they were fishing on stilts. That visual of the people on stilts is actually a real thing. I'm sure it's from France. So while it's a really striking visual of these weird guys on 4 stilts going through swamps, I'm sure that's a real thing. I don't know, maybe do a Google search on like stilt walkers in France and it'll tell. But yeah, it's a real thing, but it's a really striking visual. Who was that was going? Shatner, you going by? I think I'm going by. That's like 90 odd minutes. I think it's time for me to go to get ready for Betty Blythe. You know, my drink's all gone, so time for bed, as Zebedee would say. Latu's go. Oh, sorry, you're saying goodnight to Latu. Okay, well, I'm going to... You never leave, you just appear. I'm going to go to bed. It's a school, aka a work night, so I've got to go to work. Good way... But yeah, see, philandria is a good way to keep your leeches off your nuts. I'll start with this as your first stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for everyone who's returning. Thank you for the people popping in for the first time. I always enjoy this. This is a very fun way to spend a bit of time talking and rabbiting on and whatnot. And I think, thanks once more to... Oh, I think Toby's gone. Thanks once more to Toby for the Bible. We'll do some more Bible readings in another stay. So have a good night, everyone. Yeah, thanks, Damon. Love talking to you, buddy. See you all around. You know, again, Thursday night is probably a Star Trek night next year, so I'll probably be back on Thursday night. Maybe a pre-recorded video tomorrow for Wanga Fat Wednesday. Nighty-night, everyone. There's no getting around all old people at pedos. There's no way of getting around it. So thanks everyone for coming around. I'll be back later. I hope to see you then. Bye now.